Hi, this is Alex from Adult Services, and welcome to the tax form request tutorial. In this tutorial, you're going to learn how you can use the tax form request form on our library website to request tax forms to be either picked up at a curbside pickup or a walk-in visit in the future. Okay, to get to your Fox Lake Library website, you're going to open up a web browser like Google Chrome. Type google.com. In the search engine, type Fox Lake District Library, Enter key. Click on the Fox Lake District Library link, and now you're at the website. So at the website, there's a little picture called Tax Form Request. Click on that Tax Form Request picture. Okay. So it's important to note for the tax form request, it's the responsibility of the patron to determine which forms they need and to request those forms in a timely manner. So to do the research for the forms, we provided two different links, a link to the federal forms and a link to the state forms. So if I click on the federal forms, it will send me to the federal forms, and if I click on the state forms, it'll send me to the state forms. By law, only a licensed or trained professional can give advice on legal matters regarding your tax questions. The Fox Lake District Library staff is not certified to render tax or other professional accounting services. So before we get started with the actual request form itself, I do want to show you those websites. So if you were doing some research on the federal IRS forms, you can click on the federal forms. It'll open up a new tab. So here's the original tab you'll be able to get back to for the request form, but there's the federal IRS website, and you can either search for a form. So if I wanted to type in 1040, for example, and enter, it'll bring up some forms. Or let's say 1040 Schedule B. And each of those forms you can click on, and it'll actually bring up what the form actually looks like. So you're actually welcome. If you wanted to print it from home, you could print it from home, or you could definitely add that to your request form so that we can print it out at the library. And use the back button. So that's one way. You can do searches for forms. They also have like instructions. And then if you click on the forms and instructions, you can also do current year. And then it just lists a bunch of different forms that you can browse. And they're all clickable PDFs. And you can also do list all current forms and instructions. So a lot of different ways you can access it. You can search by product number. So there's a lot of different ways. There's multiple pages. So you can definitely do the research before you're ready to fill out that request form for us. You can also do prior years. So if you need to get back to a prior year, you can actually click on the prior year ones, and it'll do a list of all prior year forms. But for this year, you want to make sure you are at the IRS website, forms and instructions, current year, and you can either click on the different ones to see what the form actually has, the different PDFs. You can type in the form, enter, and use the back button to get to the previous one, or you can do list all current forms. So there's a lot of different ways you can do the research for the IRS forms, and they're all clickable if you want to look at them before you put them on the request slip. So if you'd like, just leave the tab open, because if you're doing research, you want to keep the tab open. So we go back to our Fox Lake Library website. We also have the link for the list of state forms. So if you click here for a complete list of state forms, notice how it actually brings up a new tab. So we have our main website, you have your research for Illinois, you have a research for federal, and you can actually do the research there. And if you're interested in seeing what was the Illinois 1040V, for example, the payment voucher, this is what the form looks like. And you can either print it or you can add it to your request form for printout at the library. And then they also have instructions that you can look at online too. So keep those up if you want to do the research from home. Once you've done all your research, you're now ready to start filling out the form. Okay, so fill out the form below to get started. Please note, limit of 2 copies per form. Only one copy of each of the federal and state booklets will be provided. It'll take about at least 1 to 3 business days to process your request so we can get it ready for curbside or a walk-in appointment. And the staff will contact you when forms are ready to be scheduled for a pickup. You can pick up during set curbside hours or again during a walk-in visit, but we'll let you know when the items are ready for you to pick up. That's why we have you fill out the forms so that we can put your order together, and then within 1 to 3 business days, we'll call you and let you know you can either pick it up during our walk-in hours or during a curbside pickup. So here's the actual form itself. It's actually a Google form, request tax forms. Again, they have the information about what you need to do to get started. And if you have any questions about the request, please contact the library at the 847-587-0198. So now we move down on the screen. This is a movable. You might have to move down on the screen here just to make sure everything fits. So you can either click and drag or just click on the little arrows to go up and down on the screen. So in the form, though, is the little scrolling screen. You can use your wheel on your mouse too. So anything that says required with the star means you have to fill it out. So your name. So I'm going to just put my name in there. And then if you use the tab key, or you can click with your mouse to the next field. If you'd like to provide your email address, you can. It's not required because it doesn't have the red star. You can provide a phone number. That's very important. So if we have any questions about your order, we can call you. I just put down the library number, but you'll put your phone number if it's your request. And if you know your last 4 digits of the library card, you can put it in there. It helps us find you in our request form, but it's not required. Okay, so now here's where you start choosing. So if I wanted Federal IRS Forms IRS 1040, I can check mark that. These are checkable, clickable links. So if I wanted the 1040, the 1040 instruction booklet, and then Federal IRS Forms, in this field, you can actually type in what forms you're interested in. So let's say 1040 Schedule B, Schedule C, and whatever else you want to put in there, list it into the here. If you need instructions or Schedule C. So be as specific as you can. You can type as much as you want in there. That's sort of just so that we know what forms to pull. And again, if we have any questions, we'll contact you at the number you provided. So you fill out the federal part. The Illinois state forms, please check all that apply. Illinois 1040. Illinois 1040 instructions. If you don't need one of those, you just uncheck mark it. So you could choose how much or how little you need. And then type in whatever else you want to put in the Illinois state forms, or just leave it as none if you didn't need anything else. And when you're all done, you'll click submit. So then what will happen is you'll know it'll go blank, but then if we go to the top of the screen, it says your response has been recorded. So now we received your request. We'll work on it within 1 to 2 to 3 business days, and then we'll contact you for any questions that we have about your form. But then when everything is ready to go, we'll let you know when you can pick it up for either a curbside pickup or during your walk-in visit. And again, if you have any questions, definitely give us a call and let us know, or if you need help filling out the form. Unfortunately, you'll have to do all the research about which forms to do, but we can help you actually fill out the form online over the phone if you need some help filling it out, or if you don't have a computer. So again, if you have any questions, definitely let us know. Thank you for coming to today's tutorial on tax form requests. Stay tuned for other programs on our social media, such as Facebook and YouTube, any updates on our website, in our digital newsletter, and you have a great day.